Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. With the stoic U.S. Capitol building behind her, Kelly Clarkson delivered one of the most iconic presidential inauguration performances of all time. On January 21, 2013, the voice coach blew away viewers, and everyone in attendance, President Barack Obama included, with a stunning rendition of My Country, 'Tis of Thee. The powerful and patriotic anthem capped the historic inauguration day in a way only Clarkson could deliver. Despite the day's chilly temperatures, at noon, the recorded temperature was only 40 degrees, Clarkson warmed up our nation's capital with stunning precision and emotion. Her voice never wavered as she sang her heart out, and she absolutely nailed the song's epic final high note, too. Watch Kelly Clarkson perform My Country, 'Tis of Thee here. The 43-year-old mother of two proves she can deliver gorgeous vocal performances in any setting, whether it's on The Voice, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and everywhere in between. Clarkson wasn't the only artist to perform on Inauguration Day 2013. Beyoncé sang the Star-Spangled Banner, while James Taylor performed America the Beautiful. Vice President Joe Biden and I are honored to have these wonderfully talented musical artists perform at the inaugural ceremony, President Obama said in a statement at the time. Their music is often at the heart of the American story and speaks to folks across the country. For many fans, Clarkson's dazzling rendition of My Country, 'Tis of Thee will live on forever. Kelly nailed it. Heartfelt, genuine, effortless, wrote one commenter. During her April 2020 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Clarkson confessed that she was stressed out ahead of her performance when she realized she agreed to sing the same song that Aretha Franklin sang 4 years earlier at President Obama's first inauguration. Fortunately, Franklin approved of her rendition, calling it magnificent, and it moved Clarkson to tears. "I cried," Clarkson admitted to Jimmy Fallon. "Not joking, I was in the studio making a record at the time and I bawled, 'cause I was like, I'm done. I have succeeded." Originally written by Samuel Francis Smith in 1831, My Country, 'Tis of Thee has been an American patriotic anthem for nearly 2 centuries. On August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. included the first verse of the song in his famous I Have a Dream speech. There are voices that move us. Voices that rise above the noise, elevate simple melodies into soaring anthems, and offer fresh meaning to even the most familiar lyrics. But then there's Kelly Clarkson, a powerhouse whose voice doesn't just sing the song, it redefines it. When Clarkson recently released her stirring rendition of My Country, 'Tis of Thee, what the world received was not just another patriotic cover. It was a vocal revelation, an emotional awakening wrapped in every note, showcasing the full breadth of her artistry. The performance, part of a 4th of July special broadcast, was intended to celebrate American resilience and unity. But for many viewers, it became something far more personal, an unexpectedly profound reminder of what patriotism feels like, not just what it sounds like. Dressed in an elegant midnight blue gown, Clarkson took the stage with nothing more than a spotlight and a stripped-back orchestral arrangement behind her. But from the first breath, the world knew this was not the version they sang in elementary school. She opened with a whisper, soft, contemplative, her voice dancing delicately over the opening phrase, My Country, 'Tis of Thee, sweet land of liberty. It was almost haunting, a lament wrapped in love, and her controlled vibrato gave the impression that she was walking through the memory of a country rather than proclaiming one. But with each verse, her vocal delivery expanded, growing in warmth, resolve, and intensity. By the time she arrived at Land Where My Fathers Died, her voice had grown roots. There was pain there, pain for what had been lost, pride for what had been won. Clarkson's ability to inject meaning into every syllable was on full display. Each word was cradled in experience, textured by life. It wasn't just a song, it was a story. Her story. Our story. The orchestration remained minimal, allowing her voice to take center stage. And when she reached the crescendo, Let Freedom Ring, Clarkson soared. Her belt rang out across the auditorium, pure and unflinching, yet never forced. It was the kind of moment where time seems to slow, where goosebumps form not from volume, but from emotional truth. Social media erupted within moments of the performance airing. Fans and critics alike used words like transcendent, masterful, and soul-stirring. Even longtime Clarkson admirers were caught off guard by the depth of the delivery. "I've heard Kelly sing just about everything," one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "but this made me cry. I didn't expect that." And that's the magic of Kelly Clarkson. She has a way of making old things new again. She transforms songs that feel dusty with tradition into living, breathing works of art. It's what she did with Piece by Piece. It's what she did with I Will Always Love You. And now, with My Country, 'Tis of Thee, she's given America an anthem reborn. What made the performance so compelling was its emotional complexity. Clarkson didn't deliver a blind celebration of patriotism. Instead, she offered a nuanced, honest reflection, a patriotic love that acknowledges the nation's flaws, mourns its losses, and clings to hope. In an era where the idea of America means different things to different people, her version allowed for unity through vulnerability. It was proud without being boastful. It was reverent without being naive. Many noted how her interpretation evoked the spirit of Aretha Franklin, who famously sang the same song at President Obama's inauguration. Clarkson's tribute seemed to carry echoes of Aretha's gospel-infused performance while remaining distinctively her own. It felt like Kelly was channeling history, music critic Terrence McBride commented. Her voice carried not just melody, but legacy. She wasn't just singing for now, she was singing for all the people who ever hoped this country could live up to its promise. Clarkson herself later took to Instagram to share her thoughts on the performance. "This song means so much to me," she wrote. "Not just because of the melody or the history behind it, but because of what it represents, the fight for freedom, for equality, for all the things we're still working on. I wanted to honor that. I wanted it to feel real." And real it was. Every breath. Every note. Every pause. As the final line rang out, "Great God Our King," Clarkson didn't opt for a vocal acrobatics showcase. Instead, she let her voice fade gently, reverently, leaving a silence that spoke louder than applause. It was a reminder that the greatest power isn't always in the volume of your voice, but in the intention behind it. In an industry saturated with spectacle, Clarkson once again proved that authenticity reigns supreme. She didn't need fireworks, backup dancers, or pyrotechnics to make her moment unforgettable. She needed a mic, a message, and her voice, one of the finest of her generation. This performance will likely go down as one of the definitive versions of My Country, 'Tis of Thee. More than that, it will stand as a testament to Kelly Clarkson's singular gift, the ability to interpret a song not just with vocal skill, but with deep emotional intelligence. And as the camera panned to a visibly emotional audience, many with tears in their eyes, one thing became crystal clear: Clarkson didn't just sing a song about America. She reminded America why it sings.